Hello, this is Marcia Schneider with the League of Women Voters of Portland, and you are watching the Video Voters Guide or listening to our podcast. We're here today to talk with candidates running in the November 5th, 2024 general election. We are grateful for the support of the Carol and Velma Sailing Foundation, the League of Women Voters of Portland Education Fund, the Weiss Foundation, and our media partner, Metro East Community Media. With me is Rex Burkholder, running for Portland City Council District 3, which covers most of Southeast Portland. Welcome, Rex Burkholder. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and why you are running for this office.
Great. Good morning. And just to remind people that District 3 also includes part of Northeast Portland, going up to Rocky Butte and including the neighborhoods of Rose City Park and Montevilla and other neighborhoods in Northeast Portland as well. Rex Burkholder, I've been a resident of Portland for over 40 years. During that time, I've been very active in the local community, starting nonprofit organizations like the Bicycle Transportation Alliance, the Coalition for a Livable Future, and then served on the Metro Council for 12 years, a very similar form of government to the upcoming form of government. And then after that, I helped run the effort and led the effort to restore outdoor school funding in the state of Oregon for all our sixth graders. I run a nonprofit consulting firm that works with nonprofits and candidates, helps them on messaging, communication, and strategy. And I live in Southeast Portland.
Thank you. And what are your ideas for working productively with the other council members from your district?
Well, and that reminds me, I didn't answer the why, and this is one of the whys I'm running, is because of my experience working with groups and building teams that collaborate and achieve things that we were told weren't possible, like making the city safe for cycling or restoring outdoor school and funding that. Getting people to work together is one of my things that drives me my life and how we make change happen. This new group will have mostly people with very little experience in governing. I can bring my experience in governing and to help this organization get launched properly. Portland is a very large business. It's an $8 billion business, as well as being our government that sets policy. And we need to make sure that leadership sets clear goals, holds the agencies accountable, and delivers value to the taxpayers. This will mean that we need to be able to work together effectively. And that's why one of the reasons that I stepped in, because I said, I have these skills. This is what I do for my life and have done it for a long time successfully and want to offer that to the city.
Okay, thank you. And what, if any, actions would you consider taking to address the current concerns related to the critical energy infrastructure hub on the Willamette River?
Well, obviously, this is having 300 million gallons of explosive materials in the middle of the city is a scary thing that we tend to forget about. I think in the immediate term, I think there's action we can take in terms of requiring greater protections against things like wildfire or accidents like train derailments. But in the long term, as we have a goal of becoming fossil fuel free, we should be looking at how do we reduce the size of that tank farm over time till we hit zero by the deadline that we have set, which is 2050. Just a drawdown, a reduction, eliminate the older, less safe tanks, and then do immediate requirements for upgrades for protection against seismic, as well as wildfire and other potential causes of a disaster in that area.
Okay, thank you. So you are listening to the Video Voters Guide interview and podcast of the 2024 general election with Rex Burkholder, who is running for Portland City Council District 3. Thanks. Okay, next question is, are you satisfied with the performance of the Joint Office of Homeless Services? And if not, what changes would you support? Please explain your answer.
Well, no, I can't say I'm satisfied. As someone who lives in the city and seeing that this problem that we have continually thrown dollars at still is a problem, and there's some difficulties within that system to actually deliver this, what we think that we're paying for in terms of services and housing for people. Things have improved. And they're not as bad as they were a few years ago, but they're still bad. I went past a major encampment on my way down here, and our assumption is that encampments won't exist anymore, where they block the sidewalks and create hazards and threats to people. The increased collaboration and accountability, I think, is what's needed, and that is going to be a delicate dance between the three governments or four governments: the state of Oregon, county, Multnomah County, city of Portland, and Metro. But holding the appropriate agencies accountable for their part of the work is going to be important. But that's developing relationships and expectations, shared expectations. But we need to solve this problem and not just keep waiting. Because it is a major issue. It's damaging for the people who have to live on the street. It's damaging to our community, and it's something we need to resolve.
What skills, experience, and interests distinguish you from other candidates for this position?
Well, number one is I am the most experienced candidate running, with 12 years of government experience as a leader. Working with leaders from throughout the region and the state, having them do new and innovative solutions for the problems that we face. Most of the people who are running have little or no experience in actually overseeing a government agency. As I mentioned, it's an $8 billion budget. Metro was a little bit smaller. It's only $500 million, but it was complicated as well with things like the convention center, the zoo, solid waste system, as well as regional planning, all underneath that purview. I was successful there, and I hope to be successful at the city of Portland with those same skills that I used at Metro.
Which, if any, strategies described in the draft 2024 Portland Housing Production Strategy could or would you support?
Well, I can't say I'm familiar with every strategy in there. There are some proven housing production incentives and changes in our system that will actually move things forward in that area. I think improving our permitting system and speeding that up, giving it a stable funding source so it's not a starving agency at one time when there's not building, and understaffed when there is a lot of demand. Also rezoning, using surplus government land. When I was at Metro, we did a study of the region and looked at what land's not being used that the government already owns. And there were thousands of acres of pieces of here and there that could be given to nonprofit housing developers to reduce the cost of building. There's many, many strategies that can do this. I think what it takes is a focus from the top that says we're going to make this happen, and then say, how do we make it happen? And make those changes in our city structure that are getting in our way.
Thank you. Thank you, Rex Burkholder. This concludes our video voters guide and podcast interview of the League of Women Voters of Portland of Rex Burkholder, running for Portland City Councilor, District 3. Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Be sure to inform yourself about the candidates and exercise your right to vote. Thank you for your interest.